So there is some practical information about new meetings. That will be in Dutch. There will be a meeting 6th of May in Wervershoof. It's on my website. It's in the north of Holland and it's a Saturday evening. And there's always also an live weekend that will be in English, and that's in 20 and 21 May. So you can do 1 day or 2 days, and it's in the afternoons. It will be in Amsterdam, so you can see all the details on my website. And of course, there will be the residential in Terschelling. We've been there, and it's such a beautiful place. It's already holiday. It's the boat to Terschelling is already holiday. So now maybe you want to come or just see what will be nice. It's a very nice island. Okay, so this is a meeting about nothing. Nothing is happening. There's nothing to get. There's just nothing. And there can be an appearance of chairs and feelings and bodies and glasses. But that's an appearance. So there's nothing happening. And it seems like there's a lot of things going on. It's just an appearance of whatever can happen. And it's one. There's only one. So there's a body, sound, feeling. It's that. There's no story. Can be a story when there's me. There seems to be a story in time because we think in time. People can think in time and abstract thinking. So there's a behind and a before and a after and all that. When there's no time and there's no after and beyond and there's nothing deeper, then there's nowhere to go. Nothing to get. It's already what is happening. It's not very special because it's the only thing there is. Moving a hand, the floor, talking, the street, bodies, feelings. It's that already. And that's the completeness. It's just as it is. That's it. Nothing more. No meaning of it. It's just what it is. That's it. And then there seems separation. When there seems to be separation, I am here, you are there, there's the whole world, and everything seems to happen to me. And there seems to be something going on like, oh, this is my life, and what's happening around me and with me, and how can I deal with that, and how can I feel good about things that are going on? Because it's suddenly there's something going on. I want to feel good and moving away from pain and want to feel good or relaxed, or so there's a lot of behavior in that survival system going on, trying to feel good in a way that's embodied. So there's a behavior and a survival behavior. Taking care can be something, or there's so many behaviors. And that seems like, oh, when I have the right behavior, maybe one day it will be there. And then there seems to be, oh, no, it's not that. But maybe there's a non-duality thing. And the me is the problem. The me, and people think me is the same as ego. So when I don't have the ego is falling away, then my life would be much better, much more relaxed, or all that. It's not about me. There is no me. There is already no me. There has never been a me. It's a construct of the survival system that seems like the leader and the leader of, I will help you to find a way to make your life better. It's not really a leader, it's a story. And then it seems like there's free will and choice to do that. That's the whole story. It's also always about trying to make my life better, trying to take care so I feel good. It's always about me, always about you. So coming to these meetings, most of the time is also about you trying to find something or to let go or whatever is asked maybe to do, so there will be no problems anymore, or there will be a relaxation, or there finally it's the feeling, there will be the feeling, oh, this is it. Or everybody has a different idea about what enlightenment is, or the end of the me, or things like that. And the problem is, and that's for me, is that also something awful that you can't imagine how that will be. And when people are talking about this, they also say, I can't say what it is. So that makes it even more mysterious. And the funny thing is, it's not mysterious at all. It's what's happening. That's it. Nothing special in that. It's very normal. It's already like that. Maybe there's a lot of beliefs and thinking about it, about and looking at it and trying to deal with it. So it seems like, what is that? This is not a meeting to understand non duality or to understand what's going on. It doesn't matter if there's an understanding. It's already what's happening. What is there to understand? It can be a chair. Yeah. So it's just that. And it has no meaning. It's an appearance of a chair. That's it. No meaning, no direction, no development. That's a difficult one because we are so into development and trying to reach or to feel like, oh, before it was like this and now it's much better, things like that. There's no better, there's no worse. There's only what is. It can be a feeling, very strong feeling or pain for no one. It's just happening somewhere in space. There's not a body, and in that body there's me and feelings and the whole thinking. It's everything is happening, and it's in space, you would say, like with sound. That's more sound. Is more. You can't. Sometimes you don't know where it comes from. It's something like that. And we seem to be sure, like, oh, feelings there, yeah, that's happening in my body, and thoughts are happening in my head. We are so sure of that. And then this here in this meeting, it's saying, I don't know. It's somewhere in space. I don't know where it's happening. It's somewhere. This is not knowing. This is about not knowing. It's what it is. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And it's already complete as it is. And complete doesn't mean perfect in the way we think in the whole story. It's perfect as it is. It can be lazy or anything. It's how it is appearing. That's perfection already. So this meeting is also going nowhere. There's no advice or things to do. It can't be because it's already that what's happening. There's nothing to say about it. There's no direction. There's nothing happening. So where are we talking about? And there can be talking. That's the funny thing. There can be talking about anything, and there can be questions in the story. It doesn't matter. It's everything. So there's also talking in the story. That's what's happening. So any question can there be, or sharing, or whatever can be told or said. How do you say that? It's everything. It's everything. There's no right or and no wrong. It's everything. So we can, if you want to say something, you can unmute yourself. It's not that many people, so we can unmute yourself and say something what you want to say, or you can write something in the chat if you want to. And we see what will happen. Yeah. Oh, there's a direct message. Do you see it? Do you see it when a speaker talks about non-dualism as a person and thinks he thinks she has got out of the illusion of me? I'm not going to ask you about anyone concretely. When somebody says he's got out of illusion, then that's already his personal story. So that's very obvious, and that's still there's a me. Most of the time, it's very obvious. When there's people talking, after a while, it's very obvious if they're talking about when there's me going on or not. It's I can't always say what it is, but when people are talking like I got out of illusion, who's got out of illusion? It's already a story. There's no one getting out of the illusion. it's it, it's even thinking there can be an illusion. Then there's still that I can't even say how I should say it. It's there's no me, but there was already no me. So it's the only thing you can say is yeah, it's obvious. But normally, what happens when there's suddenly like oh like that? It's not even a seeing. Seeing is still in the story, but it's something like oh then and then it's very difficult to give words to what's going on. It's a lot of people. I was in when this when I started speaking about this, it was already 2 3 years ago that then that whole thing was collapsed. So not even collapsed, but let's say like that. So it can yeah it's I didn't know how what to say. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know how to speak about it. So yeah, it can be like that. So there are a lot of people thinking like me is falling away. I think there's a lot of people having a glimpse and thinking now I can speak about it because everything is gone. And it's a glimpse. And then me can be very clever in that because it's the knowing of this and being clear can happen. It has nothing to do with this. This is not a message and being clear and talking about that. It's not about being clear. It's drinking tea. Yeah, what have you? What do you have to understand in that? It's so simple, and some people use words. And think, oh my God, why that all that explanation? You don't need explanation. There can be an explanation, but you don't need anything. Of course not. It's energetic. Yeah. It's very popular. A lot of time you see on the internet a lot of people talking about this. Mm. What also is there is a lot of people talk about this, and then after a while, it's getting less radical, and there's going in some extra things, or maybe some personal things going on. Can happen like that. There's no Rose. There's no Rose. It's not about Rose anymore. Oh, wow. Do you want to hear that? It's like there's nothing going on. Rose is not important. It's just not that. It's just as important as the table, whatever. There's nothing going on about that anymore. So the table is as important as as this body or something else. It doesn't matter. So this is everything is lost. It's not about me. Rose has no me or something like that. No, there's nothing. it's another direct message. I can imagine there's a lot of fear when the person falls away, or not necessarily. There's a kind of fear for the fear here. No. The funny thing, there's nothing different. That how can you say that? It's just what is the remembering? And maybe the remembering is already different than when I was talking there about it before. But the remembering was suddenly there was a just being in a sauna, and then there was a lot of thinking. I was very busy with thinking about myself and all that, and then suddenly that didn't go on. It just stopped. It just not for a reason. It just was that, and then suddenly everything was so clear and whoa, that's just that, and that fell away. And then I was walking outside, and there was something. Maybe I felt like there's something different, but in the same time, no. How can you say that? Because it's already what's happening. So, in that sense, there's no difference, of course. And even that being clear was at that moment was very obvious, but that fell away. So that was a lot of when then I couldn't speak about it because even in the beginning you could say this is a story about how that was what is there for remembering, but even in the beginning it wasn't that clear that there was no awareness, because when there's no awareness there's nothing going on looking at yourself or being busy with what happened, but it's so normal that it's not noticed because there's nothing busy with anything, but it's not noticed because normally you look at yourself or you notice what's going on and what do I feel. When that's gone, then there's nothing aware of what's going on. So I didn't know. So after I don't know, months later or half year, I don't know, remember. Then there was a talking with somebody, and suddenly it was like, oh, that's different. That's different. So that's it. So it's not even, can also, maybe there are a lot of people, it's not even noticed, just goes on the way it did before. And maybe there's something else, but it's not noticed. So it doesn't matter. We think it's a big thing and we're waiting for that moment. It's no big thing. A glimpse can be something because that's it. There's a light coming into the darkness, something like that. When that's the first time, that can be really like, oh my, whoa, what's going on? But that that shift, you could say, but it's not really a shift. But you can't call it something. Then it's no big deal. It's not even a deal. It's just what's happening. It's just no difference. Because we are thinking, and when there's a story, you always think in before and after, and there's a difference, and what is that then, and all that. And that's gone. So you can't even imagine how it is. But it's so simple. Then when it's like that, it's just so obvious. And oh my God. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. It's that simple. Mm.
Hey, Roes.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi. I remember that shocking realization that I am not the one I thought I was.
Mm.
And but now that I listen, I see a lot of self-referencing going on. I now want to succeed at this, and I'm afraid to
Ah.
fail at this.
Mm. Yeah. It's always in time, and this is
Yeah.
a development in a way. Yeah. It's everything is in that, and it's just one. Well, you can't think in one. That's just impossible. Well, we are so normally that there's development, or there's a fear, or what can happen then, or all that. It's part of that. How do you say cramp? Contraction. There's a contraction or cramp. That is that feeling. This is not good enough, or this can't be it, or how? What is that? Oh, that's so. I am so afraid of that, and all those things is part of the same thing. Like that is the separation. The feeling there's something wrong. Well, it's so normal, and we try to find what's the solution, but there's no solution. It's just that feeling, maybe. But we think, oh, how can we deal with that? Or what can I? No, it's already that. The feeling or the thought, like, oh my God, I'm so afraid. That can be that thought or maybe a feeling. And that's it.
Yeah, or I realized it once and I lost it.
Oh, yeah. 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 And that can be so frustrating because there's you feel this is a story, but I don't want that story. But how can I get it? Oh, and that's exactly that's that me. God, you can't get out of it.
How do I
Yeah.
get rid of it?
Yeah. But
Tell me, Roos, how do
that's
I
it.
get rid of it?
No, but there's no getting rid of anything. God. But that's so whoa, oh, that's so close, or it's so the normal way. It's already done. It's already there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
thanks.
Mm, thank you. Mm. That's why this is energetic. It's just energetic. You can't get your head around it or try it, or it's just no. But that's we are not used to that. Mm.
Iris.
Hello. Hi.
Could you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as far as I knew, you worked before as a healer or stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or energy stuff.
Energy.
Yeah, because you said just now that it's all energetic. I hear someone talked about it and said, when you stay with that, what is every experience, you regularly try to avoid an experience. Oh, it's discomfort, and we like it different. And someone give the advice or said, okay, stay with that, what is. Don't run away from it. When pain is there, stay with the pain. When there's anger, stay with the anger. Everything is just an appearance. And probably ask who experienced the anger. And it is a form of practice, more or less. Did you think that brings a kind of ease in this experience, that it eased up this experience, this did not fight against what is?
Has nothing to do with this. I
Yeah,
know that. I did that. I tried that too. But there's still someone doing that. There's still
yeah,
that feeling like I'm doing that. I can do something because that's what you want. You want to have something in your hands, like, oh, maybe I can stay with my anger. It's already not my anger, but okay, I can stay with the anger. We say, well, we are so
yeah,
it's so clever, and I'm staying with that. But what is that? It's going that first. There's no one can do it. There's an immediately there's a belief of there's a free will and choice to do that. We have a choice. So there's still me going on, and me is that feeling of, oh, I can still be so passionate about it. It's me is that feeling there's something wrong. There's something gone wrong, and I will make it right. Something like that. It's that. So it's complete. It's endlessly confirming that there's something wrong, and if you do the right thing, maybe it will become okay. That's huge misunderstanding, because there's nothing wrong. There's just what's happening, and there can be that feeling. That I know that there's feeling. People said to me, yeah, but yeah, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anger. Yeah, but that's behind all that. It's all that stuff. I know that.
yeah,
And it's just when that what's felt, it's just a feeling, but it's not my feeling. It's a feeling somewhere, and it can be felt very strongly or a little bit. Then that's little bit. That's the completeness. There's not. We are so into. It's full on. It has to be full on, or you have to feel it. There's always something what you don't do yet, and you can do it, and then it will be all right. It's a misunderstanding, but it's huge because it's goes on and on trying. The trying, the being, that is already what's going on. So it can't be not it. It's
yeah,
everything. That's the joy. That's the freedom. It doesn't matter what it is. Eating candy in front of the television and lazy, or very busy and being very. It's both. But it doesn't matter what it is. It does. It's just no one doing that. It's energetic going on, and it's an appearance also. So where does it go? There's nothing happening. So it's amazing in that story, trying to hold on a new way of living and really being convinced in that. I think it can be very sincere, but it's a misunderstanding about what me is. There's no me. There is no one. It's empty, and it's everything is happening by itself. So it's perfect. Everything. That's really everything. Can't be wrong or not yet there or whatever. No, it's everything.
yeah. Because somehow it's clear that it's everything, that there's no person there. But the other thing is that when stuff come up, there's kind of resistance often. When you have pain, you want to have a relief or stuff. So you don't run away from it. I just consider about it. Just stay with what happened.
But
That's
there's
it.
no running away or resistance. That's the story.
Yeah.
That's what we do. If you don't feel it, it's a story about you run away. No, there's something else. There's maybe there's happening something, and then maybe people are not crying, so you're running away from your feeling or something like that because somebody is dead and you don't cry. So, I don't know, something, and then you're running away from your feeling. No, when there's silence, then there's silence, or when there's a cramp, then there's a cramp, or when there's tables, it's not about you also. So it's obsessed with somebody that it inside, I'm here and I'm doing my best to make the best of my life. There's no my life. There's no me, there's no my life. It's so convinced that it's always looking at yourself. That's very important, and then it will go better. It has no influence at all. It seems like it's very important. It's God.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Because there's this little trick where you try to still do something, more or less. Even
Yeah.
if you try to do nothing, you do something.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's the frustration. That's most of the people don't want to hear this message because it's like, yeah, and what can I do? And then nothing, or there's nowhere to go, no development. Hello, I want something else. That's what most people have, in a way. Dissatisfaction, not really nice, problems maybe. I want a nice life. I want relaxation. I want freedom. I want what you talk about, or anything. Something else. In any case, something else. That's the norm. And then this is saying, no, there is no something else. Wow, you don't want to hear that. You want to hear what you can do. Most people do that. It's so strong, that hope for someday. And I'm saying, no, there's no hope. That's the joy. It's already this. I don't want this. Yeah. Mm.
Thank you for clearing that.
Yeah, thank you. Mm.
I feel I am responsible for getting this. I have to pay
Mm.
attention, I have to get it, and then somewhere in time it will lead to something.
Yeah, if you do your best, if you do your upper best. That's so strong. Oh my God. And you know everything about that. It's not like that. And still, oh, that's so, that can be so in the body. It's not even in a thought, but it's so embodied,
Yeah,
that feeling. Oh,
yeah. It
yeah.
starts with this body feeling, me, I'm responsible. I have to pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also a strong one, to pay attention on what's going on, to feel it. And then maybe then I'm in the moment, or in it, or there's so many ideas about this. Yeah. And it's so tempting because then then you don't need to say, then you don't need to hear it's already this, because you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear this, not only you, but no. I'm sitting here to hear what else, how can I do, how can I lose the me, how can not this, no, this is, oh. Yeah. Yeah, it is this. Oh.
You say it's this, but I
Yeah.
want a this that I can remember.
Sorry, what?
I feel safe. You say it is this,
Yeah.
but I want a this that I can remember,
Ah.
this that I can take home.
Ah. What is that? Well, that you don't need to remember because it's laughing. That's it. That's already that. So you don't need to know even. It's not noticed. It's not noticed. It's just laughing or looking or table. But it's not for you. There's nothing in it for you.
I'm afraid I cannot remember this tomorrow.
Ah. Hmm. But that there's no tomorrow. There's just what's going on. So there can be tomorrow. There can be breakfast or thinking. Oh, what did she say? What did she say? Oh, I can't remember. Then those thoughts are there. So then that's just thoughts. Nothing else. It can't be not this. So what is there to remember?
Okay.
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 Oh, there's a hand. Please go on. I see only numbers. I don't know who you name, but go on. Speak. Speak if you want to. The number 8312363. Please go if you want to say something. I see a hand. Maybe you don't want to say anymore.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, good. Roes,
Yeah.
thank you. Roes, you see this message, it's often it says that it doesn't help the person,
Mm,
but how some it's help. I mean, I can see on this side, it's help. It's help that many believes, it's fall away from this side down, from this side. And now I don't know it's me or it's not me, but anyway, there is many believe which I had, there is not anymore. So before this message, I did believe to many things, to God, to soul, to Hinduism, to Buddhism, to Islam, or
yeah.
he is stronger than me, or he is richer than me, I'm poor. I mean, this kind of thing, it's just fall away. I feel very, I don't know, it's just, it become more feeling, I cannot explain it.
But what we think is that falling away is because of hearing this message, or because of something else. And there's no because. There's no reason. That you can. It seems like when there's a story, there's always seeming like, oh, because of I listen now so much, then that's going on. We're always looking into development and time, but there's no time. So this is not of any help. But it seems in the story, then if you talk like that, it seems like, oh, but it helps like this and that, because you think it's because
No,
of something else.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't think like that, but
Mm.
it feels like that, I cannot explain
Yeah.
it,
Yeah, Nick, I can hear
Be-
that. Yeah, and the
because,
beliefs can fall away in these meetings or somewhere when to other persons, of course. And then, yeah.
I mean, what I say is this because I was a believer, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not a believer, you know. Before I every night I go to pray and something like that, you know. And now I just listen to this message before I go to sleep. I just put this in my Walkman, you know, up till I sleep. That's all. And
You
become
go.
very
You fall asleep
much.
when I'm talking. No, it's a joke.
Yeah, no. I mean, this message. It's you, you know.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Yeah.
no one's message, as you said,
No.
or Tony, or Jim, or you. Just few, you know, few which is resonate, you know.
Yeah.
So when I go to bed, I half an hour before I just listen to this. I don't listen to music. I don't see to any film anymore. I become very lazy. In the same time, I'm very much active also. I don't know. So no one complain anyway.
Yeah, it's everything. So it doesn't matter what is going on. It's everything. So
And then also, I really, whatever I do, I see it just like what it is. That's all. It becomes something like that, you know. It doesn't matter if I eat very much, or doesn't matter if I forgot sometime to eat even, you know. It's just suddenly I say, oh, I didn't eat, you know, and that's all. Everything is become like I cannot, it's not in my hand anymore, you know. It feels like
can
this,
happen.
you know.
And then when a lot of beliefs fall away, they can just what's happening. Yeah.
And sometimes this message also, not the message, but sometimes I become very sad and I think that I'm trapped, you see. And then I think, and then it come just immediately, so it's trap, you know. It's just traps. It's
It's just sadness.
it's just sadness, yes, and
there's
it's
sadness.
also and also there is nothing giving wrong to be sad, you know. So
No.
it's just sadness.
Sadness can happen everywhere. It's everywhere. So why not here? It's just what's can go on, or what's happening.
But yet everything is go as usual, and as everything is nothing has changed, you know. It's the same. I mean, its economy is the same. When I'm loaded, with I'm lazy is the same. If I'm active, it's always it all become the same, you know. It's same. But thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Errors.
Hi.
There just comes some confusion up because regularly think there's something outside or something inside. So there's no person in here. There's nothing in here who controls this body more or less. So but there's on the other side not the sense that the body is controlled from the outside somehow. So could you bring there some clarity inside? Because there's nothing in here who control the body, or there's nowhere center to be found. But outside, there's nothing from the outside of controlling your body. Could you bring
Control from the outside? There's no outside. There's no control. There's there's moving a hand. It's just going by itself. Yeah, it's no clear. I don't understand what you're really asking. What your question is?
The question? Really, we have the feeling that okay, but when there's a person here, okay, I'm controlling this body. That's clear.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
Yeah.
So, but on the other hand, there's no perception that there's a control from the outside. That something from the outside control this body. So the body is not controlled from the inside, and the body is not controlled from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So could you bring there some clarity inside?
But there's no inside or outside.
Yeah.
That's more the thinking is always in two, like there's something inside this body or there's something outside, maybe, I don't know what. Well, there's no inside, there's just moving ahead, and that front, we assume that there's something inside. We can abstract everything, so we can assume that there's something inside because there are images about that and proof and all that. There's just that face, and that's moving. That's it. Nothing more than that by itself. There's nothing inside or out. There's nothing clear here. There's no here. It's just there's nothing, and there's that face talking. Or not the face is talking, and there is talking.
Because somehow it's understand that there's no inside, no outside. Everything happened at once, or whatever you like.
Yeah, yeah. There's no inside. Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. We are so into that. Inside, outside, before, after, all that.
Yeah. But it's because when I sense into the body, there seems to be energy field or something, and then something else start to happen. It's probably could not be defined where it starts, where it ends.
But it's an appearance. The body isn't real or solid. It's an appearance. So it's energy. So it's not real or solid. We assume everything is solid and real, and there's something going on inside or something. This is completely something else. So that's also very the truth. It seems like the truth because we have all proof about that. And there's just that front, that half, this piece, that's, and we call it Roes. No, can be. That's it. There's nothing inside. There's no life of Roes. No, how do you do that? Yeah, there can be an answer, but it's just going nowhere. So, yeah, it's so literally like little children. They can't abstract when the brain is not that educated. How you say that? When the child is very young, they cannot abstract. They cannot see. They don't understand what you mean by before or later in the week. They cannot understand that. Or there was a boy that the father said, you look at you put your eye on that ball and then you hit it, and the boy let his eye on the ball. So they really, everything is very literally.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's very, but we're not used to that. We so immediately that comes with that. So it's already like that. And then this is it's only literally. So we're not used to that at all. That's the belief. That's so many beliefs about that, or concepts. So you can't understand that. This is not about understanding. It's so literally just that front. That's it. There's no Roes. Where's Roes? No, I don't see that.
Yeah, because I understand that there are no objects. Okay,
Yeah.
Wherever you look, there are no objects. There's as the appearance of a table, but there's no object as a table itself. It's just something happening. We call it table, but
It's
whatever
nothing.
it
Yeah.
is, yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's
But
no,
also, I know that. But what I always thought, yeah, I can understand that, all kind of thing. But about the body, I thought, yeah, everything can be not real and nothing, but not the body, not me. I was like, then suddenly that moment happened in the garden. Then suddenly the body wasn't there. It was so shocking because that never occurred to me that
yeah,
it also could go about me. Now it was about the world and the tables and everything. I could imagine that, but not the body. But it is the body too. Whoa! It's not existing. It's just an appearance.
yeah,
Huh?
sure.
What is that? So me is not like, oh, we want to exist and we go on living, and there's already no one, not only no one in this solid body, well, just no, it's just nothing.
There's
And
no,
there's appearance of things, bodies. Yeah.
Hmm.
So being clear, who's clear? That's just
yes,
nothing. It's just, what is that? It's suddenly there can things come out. That's it. I don't know if it's clear or not. I don't know.
it doesn't matter at all.
Oh, I'm not busy with that. I maybe people sometimes people say, yeah, it's it. I'm like, oh, I don't I don't know. I don't know. That's so funny. Sometimes before the meeting, I think, oh my God, the meeting. And there's some trying something like going on, like, what shall I say? Because I don't, yeah, oh, I don't know. No, that's just a story. I don't know. Oh God, I don't know. And then suddenly the meeting is going on and there's goes. It's amazing. And during the day, when I think about it, I can't even think one sentence about this. That's funny. It's just, that's energetic. So, yeah. It has nothing to do with me, or it's just coming. It's just that, just nothing speaking. It's
Yeah,
the same there. It's not only here that becomes something special. It's the only thing there is. There's nothing speaking. That's just always. It's just the only thing there is when they're speaking. There's nothing speaking. Also you or
yeah.
somebody else. Yeah.
It logically makes complete sense when you hear a while for this non-duality talks. It makes completely sense, but somehow, because that's why the question come up. Yeah, but it seems like there's something here. There's no person here, but something comes up from here, and there's something else. So feels still as there's some difference happening.
You
Yeah,
think there's a difference, but there is no difference, but it can be so convincing there is.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm. I see a message, but I think it's not finished. Because saying, so when someone I know, my son, for instance, maybe you want to say some more about it? So when someone I know, my son, for instance, is not with me in a way he doesn't exist, it's only my thought about him. There's no son. Yeah. There is when the body isn't seen, you could say, yeah, let's say it like that. There's no son. No. We assume he will be in his house or on the school or somewhere. There's no sun. There's only this. What's seen, what the feeling or table or with the senses. That's everything. There's no outside. So there's no sun. And even when the body is coming in, it's even not the sun. We say it's your son and that it's his name. But it's just the body. There's no one inside. There is no inside. There's also no son. There's also no mother. That's we make that up, and then there's something about that taking care, and I have to take care of him and all that. No, that's the story. There's no mother. There's no son or father or daughter. There's no relation. There's no one. There's just bodies, feelings, words. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing. It's so literally and so free. It's that body, and that's talking. Maybe there's some, and there's nothing is going but like, oh, you said it, and now I feel pain or sadness because of you. No, there is no you. And there's also no me. There can be sadness, but it's not because of anything. There can be sadness. And there can be a response, of course. It's what's going on already. But there are so many stories around. Yeah. It's not wrong to have to be in this story or things like that, but it's very complicated. Mm. So there's no point in worrying. Yeah, worrying can happen. A lot of thoughts about how can I do this, or what is the best way, or thinking like that. It's endless and it's pointless. It's just thoughts, and it seems like I don't know what it is. It's just a lot of energy going nowhere. Well, it's not wrong. And but what that can happen, it's energetic, so that can happen going on. So convincing, you have to do the right thing. It can be wrong. That's so in everything. So then there's worrying. Do I do the right thing, or do I do him? Can I? Maybe I'm not a good mother. Oh, it's endless. There's nothing right and there's nothing wrong. That's amazing. That's so. But it's not saying that to yourself, because that's a new concept. Oh, everything is all right. Okay, now we know that already for 100 years. That's just a saying of something that this energy. Nothing is wrong or nothing is right. It's energetic. It's not a new message like saying like we say that to each other or something like that. There's no one. That's the freedom. There's no one. And there's nothing happening. It's an appearance. So there's no development. There's nothing right or wrong. There's what's happening, apparently. That's it. That's the freedom. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not about good feelings or whatever. No, then there's that feeling. It's not a good or a wrong feeling. It's a feeling, not your feeling. It's somewhere in space happening. A feeling is happening. We think it's my feeling and all that. There's not only no me, but the body isn't real. It's energy. So everything is happening in space. This can't be understood. This is so out of the story. You don't need to understand it. Doesn't matter. It's already what is. So it doesn't matter if there's understanding or not understanding. It's already what is. So it can't be wrong. It's everything. So when there's talking in a certain way, not seeing that it's my son, for example, then that's what's happening. So what? It's not wrong. Nothing is wrong. But in the story, when there's me going on, there seems to be, oh, but this is right and this is wrong. Oh, so that's still going into the story. It feels like, oh, yeah, but still, no, maybe. So there's looking for something else. And it's this. It's already pain or headache, thoughts happening.
Hello, Rose.
Hi, hello.
Hi. So yes, it's very difficult. It's very hard. It's very hard to be a nice person. I'm trying all my life. I was trying to be nice, and a friend of mine told me that I wasn't nice anymore.
Oh.
So, I don't understand because when there's a crisis, there is a crisis in my country, and I didn't. It was difficult for me to think about the crisis. I was just living, and suddenly she said to me, "You don't see the crisis. There's a crisis in the country." Oh, and I try to think, but there's no thought about the crisis. So before I was trying to solve the crisis, to solve with people and to help, and I don't do that anymore because I don't think about to help. So it's confronting because people around me speak about the crisis, and I'm so out of it. So it's I don't know
Yeah.
how to behave.
No, but you can't help. You can't do anything else. But if it's not coming, it's not coming.
No.
But it's so confronting for other people because they're
Yes.
so into that story, and so it's very confronting that there's somebody not being busy. And it's not about I don't care. It's just not coming. It's just not being busy. It's just you can't help.
No,
It's
no,
like that.
it's not
Yeah.
coming anymore.
No.
So
Mm.
it's so weird for the people around me. You know, you don't see the crisis, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I can hear you completely. And it can be difficult for a while because you have a lot of people around who don't understand and are not open for us. They can ask what's really going on when there's really an opening for what's going on. Maybe there can be some saying about it, but normally there's people are so convinced like this is what's going on, and they don't- they are not open to listen for what's there with you. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it can be very confronting for other people, but also for yourself. Like, oh my god, but you can't help.
Yes, I
It's
can.
like that.
The thoughts
No,
are not coming. The behavior are not coming. It's yeah,
that's it. I
yeah,
know.
yeah,
I know. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm,
There's no world. Where's the world?
yeah,
But it's so convincing that there's a world and there's something happening there. You have to think about it. And I feel so awful all the day because that's happening over there. What's going
yeah,
on?
yeah,
I can't even, and when that's not happening, normally there's no talking about it here. But when people ask you, and I can understand, I'm not busy with it. It's just not there. And that's, yeah.
yeah,
There's no world. Where is that? There's this, and there's drinking coffee, maybe, or yeah,
yeah.
mm, yeah,
And then I have told myself, but if there was a war, a real war, like in Ukraine or Russia, perhaps I will think about the world. Perhaps I don't know. Perhaps it will come, but the thought left me, and I don't. Yeah,
yeah. But that's it, and most people don't want to hear that because it's confronting to hear. It's not saying that there's
no,
no world, but when there's not being busy with that, it's not even saying something about it. It's just, but that's the confrontation.
yeah,
That's just not being busy with it.
yes, that's it.
That's
Right.
so, it's, yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
that's the loss. That's the loss why we're talking about. There's a loss of not even notice, but it's just not coming. All those thoughts or that maybe there's news, but there's nothing holding on to it. And
Yeah,
that's just gone. And then just not there. That's the you could say the loss of some beliefs or concepts, and that, yeah, that's it. And life is very simple and tiny. Not, yeah, not big things. Yeah.
but I question myself then, because if I'm not always thinking about helping or worrying about things, about people, it feels like a loss, and I asking myself, are you depressed? Why don't you live like emotion, big emotion for the people or for the world? I don't know. I feel like sometimes I question myself if perhaps there's depression. I don't know. Perhaps it's so different from before. Mm. But
Doesn't sound like a depression.
no, I don't feel. Yes, it's
No.
so different.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, I can hear that.
It's
Yeah,
not
sure.
sick.
It's sure.
I'm not sick with emotions or with stories about. Yes, it's left me, and
Yeah,
where it go, it's it's like that.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And then life is very simple, and maybe that you're getting used to it. But it's just that because there was so many concepts about it's really important to be
yes,
nice, to help people, to do this, do that. That's a lot of behaving things. A lot of people had that. I had that too. A lot of people.
yes,
And then when that's not there, it's just that. It doesn't mean you don't never help. It
no,
just can happen like that, and suddenly you say that to somebody. It's just coming like that or not, but it's not a whole thing, and
yes,
that's lost. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
It's so simple, and then maybe you're not used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm. Thank you.
yeah, thanks.
Feels very much like a child, not being able to grab and hold on to thoughts like crisis or Ukraine or what Christiana said.
Yeah,
It's wonderful.
yeah, yeah. Mm. just this. It's just looking, there's the letter T, then that's it. It's that simple. When there are no thoughts, then there are no thoughts. When it's just that, it's thoughts can happen and it can be some content in it or not being busy with that, it's just thinking and nothing going on, then that's what's happening. It's not for someone, it's what's happening. Life is not busy with there's old people there and all that. Life is everything, not seeing someone individuals. It's bodies, tables, it's appearing as all that. That's it. Very simple, normal also. Not anything about meaning or purpose or all abstract thinking what people can do. It's very simple, ordinary one thing. And in one thing doesn't mean, oh, you have to see one thing. It's already happening like that. So you don't have to see it. You can't see it. You can't understand it. There's no need to do anything different than what's already being done. It's that already. So when there's looking for it, then the thought I'm looking for it is it. So you can't escape from this. It's already everything. So every thought, every trying is it too. Or maybe the feeling and the cramp, like, oh my God, there's that all, oh, it's go. Then that's what's happening. It's going nowhere. It's that. It's exactly that what's happening. And then there's something else. It's going on. It's not about you or me or anything. It's everything, just what's happening. It's already everything. It's thoughting, feelings, thinking I'm wrong. And that's what's happening. It's everything already. That's the joy. That's the freedom. That's the unconditional love, because it's unconditional. There are no conditions, no when you do this, then it will happen. It's everything already. That's the completeness. It's already complete. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Roos.
Thank you,
Rose.
Rose.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Thank
See you.
you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wow.
Thank you, Rose.
Hi. Oh, I missed
Thank
that.
you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, stop recording. Wait.